The scenes of me making my custom Megan The Stallion tour press-ons. So I'm going to start with a ballerina shaped natural nail. I would typically use a clear nail, but instead of having to shape a clear nail and then paint it clear, that way my color is very bright and vibrant, I decided to go with a natural nail to avoid and skip that step. So I've shaped them to my liking and I fitted them to my fingers already. You just saw me go in and do a little bit more shaping at the edge. Now I'm coming in with my base coat. They're filed, they're shaped, they're buffed. We're doing base coat and I'm making myself, and you'll see here, 2 sets of press-on nails. Now my original goal was to have 2 sets of the same style, but I ended up having some fun and had 2 different sets of nails. Now I'm coming in with the color 719, which is, I want to say, call it Tutti Frutti. We're going to do 2 coats of this polish. Now, when I'm typically making my own self press-ons, which I've made myself, I want to say at least 7 now, I do 2 sets because if you lose a finger, you never know what finger you're going to lose and when you're going to lose it. So I make myself 2 sets. That's my reasoning for that. So I'm finishing up with the base coat here, my second coat of 719 to get ready to start to draw my flame. Now, this is my maybe 3rd or 4th time doing flames, and they're never right behind each other. So I watched a Pinterest video on how to do these flames, and I was not doing it according to the video, and I realized that this is like my 7th attempt at a flame. But I wanted to do 1 nail first before doing the others to make sure that I liked how I was doing them. I eventually tried to do if you're on TikTok, if you know about the neon flame that makes it look like it's glowing neon. I tried to do that. I did it to the best of my ability. And I thought of that after I had already painted the first 2 layers of the flame. So there's that. So now what you see me setting up here is parchment paper. Why? Because I'm going to make myself a mold. I want my nails to say hot girl in 3D on them. So I bought a little packet of 3D letters. I got this hack from TikTok to make a mold, and she used one of the cross charms in her video. But you put oil all over whatever you want to make a mold of, and then you come in with the hot glue. My very first attempt to doing this is this video, so you'll see me do my original letters that say hot girl twice. So once it dried, I'm gonna come in and I'm going to make sure there's no holes in my mold. You see that the mold was successful. Now I'm going to come in with a green acrylic powder, do the first mold, and then I'm going to be playing with different color powders and their ratio to glow-in-the-dark pigment. So I got this from TikTok as well. This nail set is definitely, the ingredients or the moving parts to this is heavily influenced by TikTok. The mold, and then now this glow-in-the-dark powder. Now I already have glow-in-the-dark acrylic, but the colors are white and yellow. I wanted it to be these colors here that you see in the background, a neon green, a neon yellow. And then I'll eventually mix the 2 to make a lime green. But I want my nails to glow in the dark because I'm like, that's hot girl shit in my mind. So I'm playing with the ratio. I bought that powder off of Amazon. I was originally, because I'm going to be, this is my first time doing this. This is an experiment. I bought 60 grams of the glow-in-the-dark pigment in that color because it was going to glow green. It's like a light white neutral, very, very much like the nails. And it was like $16. So now I'm going in with 3 scoops of the color, 1 scoop of, 1 scoop of the glow pigment. And I want it to be very bright. So I do this 3 times, and eventually the recipe that sticks is 3 scoops of color, 3 scoops of the glow-in-the-dark pigment. So let's get into next on this screen, which is this. This is me filling the mold with the first round of the acrylic. And there's going to be multiple clips of you seeing which one I end up with in the different brightness. You might not can tell on video, but in person, I definitely could tell the difference in their brightness. Now, when using one of these molds to put your letters in, I'm not sure the best way to make sure that there's no holes in your charms. Maybe going in with some gel polish or acrylic beforehand, because these are like beads or of some sort. So there was already little holes in the letters themselves. Now, me doing it this way did not work. You will see in the next clip that I definitely ended up having to space them out because these had all kind of holes in them. Spacing them out and doing them in their own individual versus the hot and the girl be connected was a big difference. So you'll see that I don't go through showing you the holes, but it was too many holes and too many of the letters for me to be okay with producing the letters and the letters looking correct. So I eventually take them out and separate them. This is the first round. I'm going to turn the light off here so that way you can see how bright it is. You see how bright it is without the color being mixed into the pigment. I wanted to move it out that way you're not distracted, but that's still pretty bright. So now here I've mixed that lime green color. I achieved the color that I wanted. It'll match my tassels on my outfit. And so now here it is, the letters spread out, because that pile of hot glue covered in oil there was a hot mess, literally. So I was not happy, and I eventually I want to say the I over again, because there was multiple letters. Well, that was the only letter that I had an extra letter of, because I just did not like how the mold sat. Also, because there is holes in some of these letters, once you're done making the mold, you can go in with your scissors and trim what am I trying to say here? Anyway, I think you guys know what I'm trying to say. Moving on, I'm happy with my letters. I am now filing them, making sure that they're crispy. I'm also going to come in with my hand file in the next clip to make the background. That's a hack. See, I'm telling you, this is 3 hacks here: the molds, the acrylic powder, and filing with your hand file to give your charm a curve. That way it sits on the nail better. So I definitely did that. I am now adhering them to their nails, to the nails. And the only thing I wish I would have done differently is, instead of having girl on the thumb, the start of girl on the thumb, I would have started it with my my pinky to my index finger. I wish I would have placed it there versus on my thumb, because when people look at my nails, I wanted to spell out hot girl, which it still did. You just had to start with the thumb, and you know how that placement is. It wasn't all the best. So this is what they look like without any black light. Beautiful. With the black light, and the black light charges the glow. And now here are the glow. I enjoy these nails. Definitely will be continue to use that.